Encouraged by the pitching depth and how those guys came out and responded
Yeah,
to the first line?
yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of guys throwing strikes. Our walks are way down from what they were a year ago at this time, so that's what we're looking for.
Anybody stand out to you as far as the battle for the rotation? Anybody inch forward?
I mean, obviously, I think Carm had a good week. Harley had a good week. A lot of the guys we mentioned at the press conference last week, I don't think anybody had a bad week, so it's going to be close. There's going to be a lot of guys, trying to inch ahead, and I just think it's a matter of, it's still too early to say anything, but none of them hurt themselves this week.
Once you do make that decision, Mark, I mean, kind of how much of a leash do you give them? I mean, will you say you're my guy no matter what, even if there's some rough spots?
Well, it depends. I mean, it depends on, is it a younger guy or an older guy? You don't ever just guarantee something for the whole year. I mean, guys, even when they win positions, they have to still hold the position. So it's just a case-by-case basis on that.
Overall, what are your thoughts just from the 3 scrimmages and your takeaways from what you saw on the field?
Well, my takeaways are we have a chance to be good, but we still have a long way to go. We've got to get better in every area of the game, but we also saw glimpses of a lot of players that have gotten a lot better since the fall, and we have some pieces that I think we can put together.
You had 3 home runs on Friday, another one Saturday. Do you feel like this can be a pretty good power hitter?
I think so.
Team?
Yeah, I think the general data shows that we have the same amount of power, raw power, that we did last year, but it's less experienced hitters. So will they be able to do it in games yet? Will they be able to pick the right pitches to try to get their power swings off? A lot of that is still to be determined, but from a raw data standpoint, we have the same amount of power as last year's team. We just have younger, less experienced guys, so sometimes it takes a little longer to get to that power.
Coach, having a less experienced lineup, how much do you tinker with the lineup here in the first couple of days, these scrimmages, and how much do you think that could go into the season before you figure out what your 9 looks like?
Well, scrimmages, you're going to tinker a lot. I mean, you're going to tinker a lot trying to get different guys, different at-bats in different spots. Like TJ, we put him in a 3-hole this week just to see if he's comfortable there, led Noah off, and that could flip-flop in the future, in scrimmages. But scrimmages and practices are all about trying to figure out how guys work in different spots.
Mark, going off from that, how do you try to assess some of the new faces, a lot of transfers in as well, trying to have them gel with the team, and how do you try to figure that out and where the best fit's going to be for them in the lineup?
Yeah, our returning players have done a really nice job integrating the new players to the team. I think our culture is strong enough that everybody knows that once you get here and put a Gamecock uniform on, you're a Gamecock. It's not returning versus new. It's all pulling on the same rope. So I think that part is really good right now, and in terms of evaluating which guys are ready to play. That's why we scrimmage very often, just to see who's ready to play at this level. Some guys are, some guys aren't.
Coach, how for you personally, how more comfortable are you this time around now that you have your systems in place and you're going to your second year here?
Yeah, I think I'm comfortable in terms of I know what to expect after practices or after games, or just everything that goes along with being at South Carolina. But to me, the biggest focus is on the personnel and where to play guys. So from that standpoint, it's almost like we're starting over again.
Coach, how important is running the bases for you guys, both taking that away from other teams and also stealing?
It's a big part of the game. One of the things we talk about all the time is not giving up free bases, whether it's walks, whether it's stolen bases, whether it's pass balls or wild pitches, but also trying to get those for our offense. So the bases, it's one of those things that sometimes people don't appreciate how important those extra 90 feet are that you can get throughout the course of a game, but we focus on that stuff offensively and defensively.
Has that been an area of focus for this?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Coach, you talked about the younger guys a moment ago, and with how much you guys do analytically, how long does it take for some of these younger guys to buy into all the metrics you guys like to use throughout the course of a game throughout the season?
I think they buy in from the day they get here because they all enjoy it. They all see it on TV. They see it as they're coming up. The important thing is how quickly can they understand it, because there's a lot of stuff that they need to understand. So I think they all love it, they all buy in. It's just a matter of how quickly can they absorb it and use it to help them.
Everybody stay healthy this weekend?
Yeah, everybody's in good shape.
Brady Allen had a couple of pretty good at-bats. How have you seen him develop since
he's a good player. I mean, I've known he's a good player for a couple years now. So he's got a chance to be a big-time freshman for us. Most days he's a pretty mature player. He gives us really good at-bats, decent speed on the bases, and plays solid defense. But needs to get better out there, but he's got a chance to play good defense. And he's a gamer. He's a kid that loves to play the game, works really hard. So got a chance to be an impact guy for us.
And with younger guys,